Hey everybody, it's me, Steve Schnee, and you are watching the CD Junkie. Welcome to an episode of Fresh as a Daisy. This is a show where I talk about an album that even decades later, hundreds of listens later, it continues to sound fresh and adds new layers on every listen. I'm going to talk about Split Enz, Dizrythmia. Now, everybody knows how much I love Split Enz. My favorite album is Frenzy, Time and Tide, and of course, you know, their new wave stuff is what I really got into, but I love the early stuff. Basically, there's a new box set out called Encyclopedia 1 and 2, which contains their first two albums, Mental Notes and Second Thoughts, plus some other early tracks and rarities. Now, this is their third album. This is after Phil Judd left, and this is when Neil Finn joined the band. And with this album, they still have a lot of that progressive music in their system, but they're sort of shaking it off a little bit. The band at this time was Tim Finn, Eddie Rayner, Noel Crombie, all from the original lineup. Neil Finn, like I said, who came in after Phil Judd left. You also got Robert Gillies, who was there with Second Thoughts, and you have Nigel Griggs on bass, and you've got Malcolm Green on drums. What an album this is. As I said, they're moving away from their prog leanings, but there's still plenty of elements in there. And the songs the melodies are amazing. Tim Finn's voice is amazing. Now, you can still hear Neil Finn on this album as backing vocalist. He's not contributing lead vocals yet. He won't do that until like 78 when they started recording in Luton, England. But this album, which was 77, it's phenomenal. And it's an album that's always been in my collection ever since probably 1980, 81. I mean, I didn't buy it when it first came out because I didn't really realize who they were until about 79. So I went backwards and forwards. So I've had this for like 45 years. And over the years, you know, I'm always talking about Time and Tide. I'm always talking about Frenzy and True Colors and Corroboree, Waiata, you know, Mental Notes, all that stuff. This album that is always something that I love, but I tend to maybe not bring it up as much. And I don't know why, because I threw it on the other day and it hit me like, I can't believe how amazingly fresh, unique, and weird it is. They still have that eccentric sound that can only be Split Enz, and especially Tim's voice. It is just a gift from the gods. It's just amazing. And this is an album that, like I said, it walks the line. It's less prog and more rock and pop, but there's plenty of space in there to shove a whole bunch of other stuff in there. So you're going to hear horn section and piano and all this crazy stuff going on. And it is truly incredible. It doesn't get deep down into the prog like Mental Notes and Second Thoughts did, but it's still just as beautiful. Now, the great thing about the reissue of this CD is it added the song Another Great Divide, which was kind of the last gasp of their previous incarnation with Phil Judd, and it is incredible. Absolutely, it's one of their best songs, and it never made an album. So I thought it was more associated with Second Thoughts, but it seems like it's more associated now with Dizrythmia. And trust me, when you listen to it, you know that, okay, yeah, that's the direction they're headed. Another great thing about Dizrythmia, produced by Jeff Emmerich, who obviously worked with the Beatles and worked with a lot of people, including Elvis Costello on the Imperial Bedroom album. And oh my God, I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm going on way too long. So anyway, I decided to put together a medley featuring snippets of a few of the songs off the album just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Sit back, relax, give it a listen, and I will see you on the other side.
I know what you're thinking, I know what you say, but I gotta get a beat through the jamboree. Save the numbers, I'll never forget. 40 years ago, on with the show.
One by one I counted on those happy
hope this inspires you to check out this album, Dizrythmia. Still smells and sounds fresh as a daisy. I appreciate you taking the time to check out this video. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Help me with the algorithm, folks. Help me with the algorithm. Thank you so much. And until the next time, remember me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie.